And today on Team Room Talk, opportunity to return to Ukraine for a pastor's conference. Today, I just want to be able to share a quick update about the opportunity in returning to Ukraine in October for a pastor's conference. This has been an ongoing discussion about returning, and I look forward to it. So I'm one being able to share about this opportunity, but two, it's also about fundraising, being able to encourage others to support our work that we're doing in Ukraine, but also here in the United States. But I've been asked about teaching and working with pastors and chaplains, and so my desire is to be able to go over to Ukraine. We'll be in Western Ukraine to be able to teach on how to help those that are struggling with moral injuries. And so I'm going to be relying on a work developed by Hodgson and Carey in 2018. It's called the Pastoral Narrative Disclosure, but I'm going to be expanding upon that. I'm going to be teaching one from a practical experience, personal experience, but going into greater details with each of the 8 steps that they outline. Walking through when it comes to pastors and chaplains, meeting with those that are struggling within the context of moral injury due to war. As we know that combat is trauma on us, so there's no doubt that there will be working through some of the issues of post-traumatic stress caused by combat, but also when it deals with moral injury and the things that plague us from the decisions and that are being made on the battlefield. As I have shared in the past, is that it is a dynamic environment, to say the least about it, but also just what occurs within it just so rapidly, happens. And I speak about that fog of war, that as things are going on, decisions are being made, and on there that it's later that when you're out of that combat condition or that combat environment where you begin processing, you begin thinking, and these memories start coming back. Things that have occurred in combat start returning, and then that's what we call delayed onset when it comes to post-traumatic stress, but also moral injury. And if you remember, post-traumatic stress and moral injury, they share very similar symptoms. And that's why it's like working with those, our combat veterans and our family members are dealing with the impact, the residue, the psychological residue of war, and how being able to navigate these things. So Hodgkin and Carey developed a pastoral narrative disclosure in 2018, and it involves 8 steps developed through evidence-based research on there when it comes to the mental health professionals. But this is being prepared for pastors and chaplains, and how to do this, how to walk with someone that is struggling through there. So I'm going to be unpacking those. I'm going to be taking my time with pastors and chaplains, being available to them for questions, being able to talk and being able to provide practical examples myself as a former military pastor, and working with those that are struggling. I myself, as one who has been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and with a TBI, being able to help those that are struggling with moral injuries, is that combat, it's included, it's part of it. And so being able to spend some time with our pastors and chaplains in Ukraine, and being able to share this knowledge with them, because they're asking those questions. How do you do this? And even with everything going on in the news today, with the discussions in Washington, D.C. that occurred this week, but even if the war were to end tomorrow, we know that from our experience after 2 decades of war fighting, that this will be an ongoing ministry for the pastors and chaplains and for the churches in Ukraine. So I pray that you would join me in being able to support Team Room, More Hope and Growth, and being able to help us being able to make this trip to Ukraine in October. So you'll be able to find more information about Team Room, More Hope and Growth on our website. You will also see our donate page on there. And there's also a contact page if you have some more questions, want to be able to contact us directly to be able to ask more questions, feel free. I will be available to be able to answer questions you might have about our work and what we do, and how the funds would be used to be able to support this mission to Ukraine for a pastors' conference. But again, thank you for listening to this quick update about returning to Ukraine in October for a pastors' conference. So I hope you have a great day. Take care. God bless.